everyone, welcome to Living Room Theater. I am so glad that you came today because today we are going to do some storytelling. Now, we're not going to do this in the old-fashioned way where we all sit down and quietly read a book, although I must tell you I do love that kind of storytelling also. Today, we are going to get on our feet and use our bodies to tell the story. Through different movement, vocalization, and expression, we are going to explore the characters and the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, I know you've probably heard of this story before, but I bet you've never told it this way. So get up on your feet and get ready to tell a story with me. So before we can start telling any of our story, we have to begin with a once upon a time warm-up. This warm-up is just making sure that you are nice and warm in your body and ready to go, and that your breath is engaged and ready to tell your story. Let's pretend like you are waking up. So stretch really high up into the sky, and stretch a little higher up in your tippy toes. Try to get as tall as you possibly can, and then stretch out and get as big as you possibly can, like you're waking up and stretching. And then get as small as you can. Get really little, really small. Down here and scrunch up your face really little. And then get as big as you can, get as big as you can, and get up. And make your face big and your tongue big. Everything's stretched out and ready to go. And really little again. Get really small and really tiny and get smaller and smaller. And then get really big again. Get really big. And shake that out a little bit. All right, so now that our bodies are warmed up and we're definitely awake, we have to start waking up our breath and make sure that we're breathing. So we're going to do a little breath work called Breath of Joy. If you have ever worked with me before, you've probably done this because I absolutely love it. It's a great way to engage your diaphragm and get a lot of oxygen flowing and really start breathing. So there are two components of this, the physicalization and the breath work. I'm going to teach you the physicalization first, and then we can add on the breathing. So this is how it's going to go. You're going to start by bringing your arms in front of you, bring them to your sides, bring them above your head, and drop them down. All right, so do that with me. Out in front of you, out to your side, above your head, drop it down. Now, the breath work that goes along with that is 3 short inhales through your nose, and then 1 long exhale through your mouth. Ah. So this is what it looks like all together. All right? Practice that with me really slowly. 3 inhales through your nose and 1 long exhale through your mouth. Ready, set, go. One more time. Awesome. When you're doing that exhale, make sure to bend your knees to protect your back when you're coming down, okay? So let's do it 5 times in a row pretty fast, all right? Are you ready? Okay, get grounded, ready, set, go. One more. And let it out and shake it out down here. Awesome work, great job. So now that we are definitely breathing, it's time to shake out any nervousness or self-doubt or any bad feelings that you don't want when you're telling your story. All right? So this is how it goes. And join along with me. Do it with me. So when we shake it out, we start in our hand, in our fingers, okay? So just move your fingers all over the place in every which way that you possibly can. And it's contagious. So then it comes to your wrist. Twist your wrist around all over. And it goes to your shoulders, so twist your forearm all around, and your upper arm and everything. And it goes to both shoulders, so both shoulders are twisting out, and then both arms are going all over the place, which is kind of crazy. And then your chest starts going, so move your chest in ways you're not used to, and your hips. So get your hips going, and your chest and your arms. Now, one of your legs gets it. So shake out all of that nervousness in one of your legs, and all of your self-doubt in your other leg. Shake your whole body out. So get it really big, and your head and your tongue. Oh, shake out all those bad feelings. Take a deep breath in and go faster and stop. Awesome. Great job. I think that we are ready to tell our story. So like I said earlier, today we are going to tell the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. You've probably already heard of this story because it's been around for a long time, but it's a really good one, and I doubt that you've ever told it in just this way. So how this is going to work is I am going to tell you the story, but I need your help in doing some of the movements along the way, because today we are actually going to use our bodies and our movement to express this story and really experience it more completely. All right? So just follow along with the cues that I give you, and you can follow any movements that I'm doing and have fun with me, because storytelling is really just supposed to be a lot of fun. All right, so we can start with a deep breath in. Do one more. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack. Now, Jack was a really strong and independent and self-assured person. So Jack stood with his shoulders rolled back and his chest open. So let's just walk around the room a little bit like we're Jack, okay? So start by rolling your shoulders back, opening up like where you imagine your heart to be, get that nice and open, and just think, I can be anything. You can even say it out loud if you want to, because I bet Jack would have. I can be anything. Take a deep breath in. I can be anything. You can put your hands on your hips, and let's just walk around the room like we're Jack. Really nice and big shoulders. Remember, you're confident. You know what you're doing. You know what you want. Great. So that's our first character. But Jack did not live alone. Jack lived with his mother. Now, his mother was a beautiful, strong, incredible woman, but she was getting kind of old. So her spine wasn't as straight anymore. And while Jack's shoulders were rolled back, her shoulders were actually rolled forward. So you can do this with me. If we're Jack here, roll your shoulders forward and pretend that you're like 60 years older than you are, and try to walk around, like your back kind of hurts. But don't do it for too long because it's not very comfortable. So come back to the center and be Jack, and be mom, and be Jack, and be the mother, and be Jack, and one more time, come into the mom. So the cool thing about Jack's mom is that she had a rocking chair, and this rocking chair was a lot of fun. So let's sit in it and join me on the ground in her rocking chair, and I'm going to show you how this works. Once you're on the ground, you can roll onto your back like so, and once you're on your back, I'm going to have you grab your knees and pull them in close. Start by just rocking side to side to kind of warm up your back. And if you're on a hard surface, you might want to be careful. If any of this hurts your back at any time, feel free to do it gentler or just avoid this part of the story. But if you're on a carpet like I am, it's a really good time to get in the rocking chair, and that looks like this. So you're going to get a little bit of momentum, rocking back and forth, and then see how much rocking you can do in her rocking chair. I think it's pretty fun. Just be careful you don't go all the way back on your neck. If you want to, if you're really having fun, you can cross your legs, grab your toes, and go for a really fun rocking chair time. And let's just rock a couple more times as Jack's mother and get on with the story. Last time back, and stand up. Awesome. Great job. Now, Jack and his mother, while incredible human beings, did not have a lot of money. They were really poor. All that they had was a cow named Milky White. So get down on your hands and your knees, and let's just kind of see what it's like to be this cow. You're going to drop your stomach down, arch your head up, arch your tailbone up, and kind of walk around a little slowly, because cows, they're just a little slower, and you can kind of chew some cud and look around and look at your pasture, maybe do a little walk-in. all around. And what's cool about this cow is this cow was not the only animal on their farm. Little known fact, they also had a cat. And so you can go from being the cow to the cat by arching your back, bringing your head down, tucking your tailbone, and really stretching like a cat does when they are just waking up from a nap. And then go back to being the cow, looking up, looking at your pasture, and you're a cat again. And a cow, and a cat. You can even meow if you want to. Meow. And last time as a cow. Moo. Awesome, great job. So one day, Jack's mother needed money to buy food, so she sent Jack to the market to sell this cow. So again, get into your cow, and let's walk to the market, move around your space. Blah, blah, blah. Now along the way, Jack met a man who said that he would buy his cow for 5 magic beans. Jack was pretty impressed, and he wanted to buy these magic beans because he could tell just by being there that they were indeed magical. So Jack took the beans and went on home. You can get back in Jack's body, and let's go on home with our magic beans. Pretty exciting. Unfortunately for Jack, when he got home, his mother was really angry because she needed money from the cow to buy the food, and he brought her beans. She didn't believe in magic. So she was so angry that she took the beans from Jack, so grabbed those beans, and she threw them out the window. Now, she threw them in every single direction she could think of. So let's do that with her, okay? So first, you're going to throw the beans up to the top corner across your body, the other side across your body, horizontally across your body, the other side horizontally across your body, and then down and down, okay? So again, up, up, middle, middle, down, down. And each time you're throwing those beans and you're pretty angry. So to express your anger, let's let each of those throws out on a huh. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Ha, 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 ha. All right? Let's see if we can do that 3 times in a row because Jack's mother was so angry. Okay? So get all your anger boiling. Get ready to go. Get grounded. Deep breath in. And ha, 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 ha. One more. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ooh, can you can you feel that anger in your body? Oh my goodness, she was so mad. She needed food. So anyway, the two of them went to sleep that night hungry. But during the night, something magical happened. So the beans, they're really small. So get down in a little bean with me. First, they started to jump up and down. Like they were just kind of like, their magic was like waking up. So start in a little bean, get a little spring, and just like a piece of popcorn, jump up. But it's kind of starting slowly. So then maybe another bean over here, jumps up. And do it again. And it starts to get faster and higher. So start doing your bean jumps and waking up that magic until they started to dance. So stand up and do your best bean dance. This can be anything because they were excited. They were getting some of their bean music on and they were starting to grow. So let's boogie it out like a magical bean for a second, okay? So after the beans were dancing, they started to grow and they grew really tall. So I'm going to show you how you can grow like a bean and then you can do it with me. So like we know, they started really small, really little, and then very slowly they start to grow. And first,
your hips are gonna go up. Just really slowly, you can kind of shake out your neck down here to get ready to grow taller. And then really, really slowly, the beans start to grow to the very, very top until
they're a fully grown bean plant. All right, so let's try that together. Get really little with me. Your hips go up first, and then just one vertebra at a time, really slowly climb up and bloom at the top. Awesome job. These beanstalks are huge. They're as big as trees. They're taller than trees. It's insane. Let's see what it would be like to be a really tall beanstalk. So there are a couple different things you can do here. You can take so we're going to start planted and decide which foot you want to start this on. Put all of your weight on it. Okay, I'm going to start with my right foot. And then I'm going to take my other foot, and I can either put it on my shin or on my thigh up here. And raise your hands up, and you're a tree. Now, beanstalks are also pretty thin, so when a wind blows, it's pretty easy to fall over. So if you fall over trying this, totally okay. Let's try the other side. So take all of your weight onto your other foot, and then pick if you want to be on your shin or if you want to be on your thigh up here. I'll do shin on this side. And then grow into a beanstalk. Awesome, great job. All right, let's get back to our story. So the next morning, Jack woke up and stretched really high into the sky like we did in the beginning. And he looked out his window, and oh my goodness, there is a huge bean plant out there. It is so tall, it goes all the way into the sky. Oh my gosh. Jack, remember, shoulders back, heart out, was curious and excited. So he ran outside and started to climb, all right? So put one of your hands up in the air and the opposite knee too, so you can grab a hold of this and do the other one and go back and forth climbing. And you can try to climb really fast, like really fast as you can possibly climb. And sometimes he'd fall, because it's a long way up. But he kept going, so keep climbing this tree, this beanstalk, until finally he got to the top. Now, when he got to the top of the beanstalk, he looked out, and there was a beautiful castle. It was gorgeous, and he was like, well, this is strange. So, really quietly, he started tiptoe with me, around to see what was going on. Do you know what's going to happen? Let's go. So he's tiptoeing around, until he hears a huge noise and runs and hides in a cupboard. Run and hide, go. Do you know what he heard? He heard a giant. So, giants are big. They take up a lot of space. They have a big sound, okay? So, stomp your feet, get big in your body, and stand tall, because you are a scary giant. This giant says fee, fi, fo, fum. So say it with me. Fee, fi, fo, fum. And really, really pronounce each of those and say that as loud as you can. Say it again. Fee, fi, fo, fum. One more time. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Awesome, great giants. Now, Jack was terrified. This giant was so much taller than he was, and his courage started to melt, and his shoulders came in, and he was so nervous, and he saw that this giant had a golden hen and a harp. And so he's watching from his hiding spot, and he's watching this giant, and the giant put the head on the table and said, lay. And the hen lay a golden egg. Then the giant turned to the harp and said, sing. And the harp played this beautiful melody, this wonderful, incredible song that put the giant to sleep. That song might have sounded something like a siren. and a siren you can do really easily. So relax your voice, relax your throat, and we're going to go up and down in our vocal range on an ooh. So it's going to sound like this. Ooh. All right? Let's do that 3 times just to think about what that harp might have sounded like, okay? Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Last time. Ooh. Wonderful. You put the giant to sleep. So the giant's asleep and Jack decides to creep out from his hiding spot and steal the harp and the hen. So he sneaks up, he grabs the harp and the hen, and he tries to escape. He starts creeping and creeping and creeping. And do you know what happens? The giant wakes up. So the giant, get back in your giant body. Fee, fi, fo, fum, get big. And Jack has to run for his life. So run away from this giant, go. Keep running. He's chasing you, be careful. Okay, and now put both the harp and the hen in one and climb down the beanstalk. Oh gosh. Okay, get down. Get lower and great, you made it to the ground, but the giant is close on your heels. So yell, "Mother, help!" Jack yells. And his mother, who, while her spine is a little crooked, is still very strong, remember. So she grabs her axe and tries to chop down the beanstalk. So how this is going to work is you're going to stand with your legs strong and a little apart, and you're going to grab the axe with 2 hands lifted up and go, ha! Like that, okay? You're going to need to do that 5 times for that beanstalk to fall, okay? So, ready, set, go. Ha! 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 One more. Ha! I'm just kidding, one more. Ha! And the beanstalk falls, the giant falls, and is never seen again. Whew! Good job. Jack and his mother never go hungry again because they have the hen and the harp, and together they live happily ever after. The end. Great job, everyone. Great work. Excellent storytelling. I gotta say, I got a little carried away, and I'm really glad that we survived that giant because towards the end there, I was getting a little worried. If you had fun doing some storytelling with me, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so we can keep telling more stories and making more theater later. Finally, from my living room to yours, let's make some theater.